Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment, where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is, are the Milwaukee Bucks and Khris Middleton scarier this year with Jrue Holiday? So that's the topic I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also be on the lookout for our Dreamerspro premium platform that we're launching next week, the first week of January, as we promised. So we're looking to launch that. And also be on the lookout for our Dreamerspro website, Dreamerspro.com, our sports website, which we're super excited about. We've been putting in a lot of planning into that, which is something that we're really looking forward to launch in January. So be on the lookout for all those things, and we'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. So let's talk about the Milwaukee Bucks, man. This has been one of the more interesting teams in the NBA, given the fact that they've been one of the most consistent teams in the NBA. Just last season, they had the best record in the league. I think they finished the league with a 56-17 record, if I'm not mistaken. The NBA had to cut back on some games because of, all of you guys know, they needed to get to that magical number of 70. I think that was their record. I'm not sure. Some of the places I've checked on, this is the record that keeps popping up here. And last year, Giannis Antetokounmpo went beast mode on the league, right? He followed it up and had an encore. He had a better year than the year before. The year before, he won regular season he won the regular season MVP award, which was in the 2018-2019 season. If I look at his numbers, that year he averaged 27.7 points per game, 1.5 blocks, 1.3 steals, 5.9 assists, 12.5 rebounds, shot 73% from the free throw line, shot 25%, 26% from the three, and 58% from the field that year, doing all that in 33 minutes a game. He followed that up last season, averaging 29.5 points. And every single year in Giannis's career, he has increased his scoring average. Every single year in his career. His first season, he averaged 6.8 points. The next year, he averaged 12.7. Then he went to 16.9. Then he went to 22.9. Then he went to 26.9. Then he went to 27.7. Then last year, he averaged 29.5 points per game. 1 block per game, 1 steal per game, got you 5.6 assists, 13.6 rebounds, playing point forward, basically. He shot 63% from the free throw line, which was not good, 30% from the three, and he increased his three-point shooting percentage by 5 percentage points, and he shot, 53% from the field. And the reason I think he shot 53, his field goal percentage went down is obviously because he probably attempted more threes, and his overall average went down as a result of that. But he did that in 30 minutes, so he did that in 3 less minutes. That's the type of season Giannis Antetokounmpo had last year. He won the regular season MVP back-to-back, and he also won a Defensive Player of the Year. Now, some people thought, like Skip Bayless thought that, hey, listen, LeBron should have won the regular season MVP award, and the Lakers made a good case because the Lakers had the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. The only problem was Giannis Antetokounmpo's running mate in Khris Middleton is probably a top 20 player. One of our viewers yesterday left a comment, and he has AD ranked as the number 3 best player in the league. So some people have him as the number 5, right? At the top 5. Shannon Sharpe's the number 2 best player. So if your team has the 2 of the best players, according to most people's estimations, and then that team can also win the regular season MVP, how's that possible when the other guy has the better record and is not playing with another MVP caliber type player? That guy has to get the MVP, and that's the reason he got it, and he deserved it. I mean, for the reason that alone is enough reason to give the guy the MVP. Now, Anthony Davis could have made a solid argument that he could have been Defensive Player of the Year. That I definitely do agree with. But Giannis Antetokounmpo also got the Defensive Player of the Year award, maybe because he wasn't playing with as stout defenders like AD was playing with, like Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, Danny Green, Avery Bradley, and these guys, LeBron. So maybe that was the reason. I don't know. And maybe the Milwaukee Bucks had a better defensive rating than the Lakers, which I don't remember, to be quite honest with you. So what happened? They went to the playoffs last year. They were the favorites in the East. I had them picked in the East. I actually had them going to the Eastern Conference Finals, playing against the Toronto Raptors when we made our Eastern Conference brackets. This was when I was in Nigeria at that time. And they got to the semifinals against the Miami Heat, and they lost. The Miami Heat beat them, and they surprised everybody. They surprised a lot of us, right? Who had the Miami Heat going into the Eastern Conference Finals? But again, it was matchups, right? A lot of people felt like that matchup worked in the favor of the Miami Heat, and matchups also make series, and that's what we saw with the Miami Heat. And we also saw that Giannis Antetokounmpo didn't really expand his game. He still did not have a perimeter game. They were too reliant upon him to be the point forward and to get the team into the offense, running him down the floor, coming downhill. The defense can kind of put up a wall, and he became very predictable as a scorer, right? So the Miami Heat were able to figure him out quite quickly because he's not a very dynamic scorer. So they were able to take advantage of that. So they knew in the offseason that they needed to address some of the things that they had going on. And what's the guy's name? Was it Eric Bledsoe, I believe? They just thought wasn't the guy to really take them over the hump. And they went out there and acquired Jrue Holiday, which to me is one of the top 3 acquisitions of the offseason. If you're going to throw in Serge, if you're going to throw in Montrez, you got to throw in Jrue Holiday, because Jrue Holiday is no joke. Now, Jrue Holiday, for his career, all right, he came into the league in 2009. The guy so far is an all-star. He's made an all-star team in 2013. He's been on an all-first defensive team. He's been on what? He's been on 2 all-NBA defensive teams, and he was the teammate of the year, so which means he's a great chemistry guy. If we look at his numbers the season before with the New Orleans Pelicans, he averaged 19 points per game, 1.6 steals, 6.7 assists, 4.8 rebounds. He shot 70% from the free throw line, 35% from the three, and 45% from the field. And this guy's like a legitimate 6'4", 6'5" point guard, right? That can defend. And y'all remember a few seasons back when I think it was the New Orleans Pelicans were playing against the Portland Trailblazers, and this guy just took Damian Lillard completely out of the series, put him in his back pockets, locked him up, and threw away the keys. Like he completely took Damian Lillard out of that series, and that's the guy that they upgraded at the point guard, which took away the ball handling responsibilities from Giannis, and now Giannis can finish plays, catch the ball with a live dribble, and go to work instead of bringing the ball up the court, getting the team into the offense, and then teams can kind of game plan and defend for him much better. So for me, Jrue Holiday is a major upgrade from what they had last season, and the Milwaukee Bucks just put a 47-point beatdown on the Miami Heat when they played them last night. And this all depends on when you see this video. So for me, I definitely think that this team is actually scarier because they improved, but they improved their ball handling. This guy makes them a deeper team. He pushes their former point guard to the bench, which gives them more depth, and he's a two-way player. So for me, I think the Milwaukee Bucks have every single thing to come out of the Eastern Conference, and I still think they're better than the New Jersey Nets. That's just my opinion. Some people are going to pick the Nets. I'm picking the Milwaukee Bucks, right? Because they do have the reigning regular season MVP, back-to-back MVP, and the Defensive Player of the Year. And last time I checked, you don't find those guys growing on trees. So for me, I think there'll be a fascinating matchup if they were to go to the Eastern Conference Finals against the New Jersey Nets, given the whole Kyrie Irving, Jrue Holiday, Giannis, Kevin Durant, those guys score in a completely different way. But I just think that the Milwaukee Bucks are just a very good team. And for me, I do think that they're scarier when you also include Khris Middleton. So for me, I think they're going to make a lot of noise this season. So what I want to know from you guys is, do you agree with me? Do you think that the Milwaukee Bucks are better, a scarier team, or do you think that this is not their year? Even with the addition of Jrue Holiday and some of these other pieces, they're not going to make it over the top, and you guys maybe have someone else coming out of the Eastern Conference. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.